What if the tension that you carry in your shoulders, the sudden racing heart in a completely safe moment, or that numb fog that you just can't shake? What if that wasn't random stress? Your body is literally keeping the score of the experience your mind has tried to leave behind. What if real healing required more than just talking or medication, but actually giving your entire nervous system new experiences of safety and agency? I'm Rosabel, neurology nurse practitioner and neuroscience coach. Today, we're going deep into these powerful topics grounded in decades of research. This science has shaped how I practice in the clinic, how I show up as a mom, and how I navigate my own life's challenges. Supporting patients through neurological and trauma related issues, raising my family, and also reflecting on medical stress seasons in my own story. I've seen how the body holds what words sometimes can't reach. One of the resources that pulls together so much of this research is Dr. Bessel van der Kolk's on his book, The Body Keeps the Score. Today, I want to share the key science studies and insights with you so you can see this is real evidence-based understanding, not just one person's opinion. So let's begin with this. In the late 1970s, Dr. van der Kolk started working at a VA clinic with Vietnam veterans. Shortly after the war, PTSD wasn't even an official diagnosis yet. It was not in the DSM. This man came in with nightmares, rage, flashbacks, triggered by a car backfire, and emotional numbness. In therapy groups, Van der Kolk and his colleagues began to notice something striking. Many of these veterans seemed to come alive when recounting their combat experiences, almost as if the trauma had become their main source of intensity and meaning. One powerful study that they ran involved veterans holding their hands in painfully cold water while watching war movie clips like Platoon. They kept their hands in the water 30% longer during combat scenes and the equivalent pain relief of about 8 milligrams of morphine. See, the trauma itself was numbing their physical pain. Then came the neuroscience revolution. There is the brain imaging, PET scans, and MRIs that show exactly what was happening. During flashbacks or trauma recall, the amygdala, our brain smoke detector for threat, it begins to light up intensely. The prefrontal cortex, which is our wise watchtower for reasoning, safety, assessment, and impulse control, it goes offline. There's also Broca's area, which is responsible for language and putting experiences into words. It can also shut down too. That's why people often say that they cannot find the words or they feel flooded. The hippocampus also, which normally timestamps those memories and put them into context, it begins to struggle. So those traumatic memories begin to stay fragmented, sensory, and timeless. Then the past feels like it's happening right now. And that's where Dr. Van der Kolk integrates Stephen Porges' Polyvagal Theory here. Our vagus nerve has branches, and the ventral vagal system supports safety, connection, and social engagement. Trauma can push us into that sympathetic fight or flight response, the heart racing, the hypervigilance. Or when there's no escape, then it goes into dorsal vagal dissociation, numbness, collapse, or that feeling that I'm not even here kind of fog. Chronic stress hormones like cortisol also contribute to inflammation, the immune system dysfunction, and long-term health issues. Child trauma also takes even deeper. The developing brain is highly plastic. Secure attachment with attuned caregivers builds strong emotional regulation and trust. But without it, through abuse, neglect, or chronic chaos, the brain often wires for hypervigilance. The perception itself begins to change. The world feels dangerous until proven otherwise. Van der Kolk highlights the Adverse Childhood Experiences ACE study, which shows that a higher ACE score increases risk for depression, addiction, autoimmune disease, heart disease, cancer, and more. He calls child abuse and neglect the most prevalent cause of mental illness and a contributor to leading cause of death. Many experience loss of interoception. That's basically the ability to sense and name internal feelings, also called alexithymia. I don't know what I feel type of thing. Developmental trauma or disorders patterns also begin to emerge. There's dissociation, self harm, relationship struggles, loss of self. There's often a compulsion to repeat familiar, even painful dynamics. The nervous system is seeking the known in an attempt to finally resolve the helplessness. Trauma reorganized the entire organism. I've sat with patients, veterans, accident survivors, and those carrying childhood pain or medical trauma who describe this patterns, sense or tone of voice floods the body before the mind catches up. There's the high achieving adults who can relax at home. Parents realizing patterns show up with their kids. I've felt echoes of this in my own medical stress moments. And as a mom, this research fuels my passion for breaking the cycles through the co regulation and that early safety. The hopeful thread through all of it is neuroplasticity. Our brains and bodies can change with new, consistent experiences of safety. Healing involves multiple pathways working together. We have top-down approaches like talk therapy and safe relationship that help us feel seen. The mirror neurons light up with that connection. There's also medication to quiet the alarm system so other work can take root. But that's why medication alone is not a one fix all. Bottom up, there's also bottom up methods that give the nervous system new experiences that contradict that helplessness. That's where Dr. Van der Kolk's research and clinical work begins to highlight effective tools such as EMDR, that's the bilateral stimulation to process memories, also yoga. His studies of others show it often outperforms many medications for PTSD by regulating the vagus nerve and restoring interoception. Neurofeedback is also training the waves to calm the amygdala. There's internal family systems, meeting those exiled parts with compassion, theater, and communal rhythm, embodying new roles in agency and mindfulness practice. So, what do? Start small, right where you are. Place your hand on your chest and one on your belly. Breathe slowly and notice sensations. That reveals interoception to know what I'm feeling. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Explore one body based practice that feels safe for you. Invest in safe relationships. Celebrate those tiny moments of regulation. Prevention matters too. Supporting secure caregiving for children can shift generational patterns. Sweet friend, the body keeps the score, but you get to write the next chapter. One mindful, safe experience at a time. You're not broken. I believe you're not broken. You are worthy of feeling safe and fully alive in your own body again. So if this resonated, drop your biggest takeaway. Write the word healing in the comments. I read everyone. Share this with someone who might need it. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can watch every mindful moment. As always, I am Rosabel Sofel, sending you grounded love, nervous system safety, and real hope. Take a slow breath with me right now, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. This is Rosabel Unscripted, signing off.